The United States has a major problem, and all 50 states are about to face this crisis together. However, we are now getting reports from the Pentagon that they are concerned that the East Coast of the United States could be hit with a surge. This surge is going to cause millions of people to potentially lose their jobs, lose their homes, and lose everything that they built. I want to address what's going on right now, what the Pentagon is saying, and why officials are extremely concerned about what is coming. So make sure you stick around for this entire video. All I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So what is this crisis that we are being warned about right now? Well, it actually is multiple crises all coming together at once. First off, we have a banking crisis. This banking crisis is going to cause many regional banks to completely collapse, meaning your money may not be safe. However, that is not the real concern. That's the start. The next concern and what the Pentagon is saying is the Pentagon is alerting that a potential maritime mass migration from Haiti is going to hurt us, because this is going to cause many people, potentially millions of people, to attempt to enter into the United States. Now, I want to break down what's happening, because what we are seeing at this time is extremely concerning. Let's start off with this. This is the banking crisis. What is going on and why are banks potentially going to collapse? Well, let's discuss this. The first thing that you need to understand is that regional banks, if they start to collapse, and the reason why they're going to collapse, according to many officials, many experts, even the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, is because these banks, they are holding what are considered assets right now. They're holding commercial real estate on their books. And these businesses that went to these banks to get loans, these businesses are now going to have to refinance these properties. Here's the problem. How or why would you refinance a property at a higher rate, but now that property is worth less than what you originally valued it at? Well, no one's going to do that. So what they're going to do, they're just going to give those properties back to the bank. They're going to walk away. Well, banks can't afford that. So here's what's going to happen. Banks are then going to collapse. Those commercial buildings that are in the middle of many large cities like New York, Seattle, Portland, right, San Francisco, Miami, Denver, these cities are now going to see that they are not bringing in revenue. Those locations, those retail spaces around them, those businesses are going to go under. As those businesses go under, those employees get fired, those cities really start to deteriorate. But here's the thing. Then we try to bring in more people. We try to bring in more people to bring in additional revenue. Well, guess what? The cities do not have the money. We just don't have the money for that. Why? Well, they don't have it because they're trying to figure out a way to accommodate for all these influx of migrants coming into their city and the United States. Well, guess what? They don't have the ability to pay for all that stuff. They just don't. They're trying to rework their budgets right now, and it's not working. This is why this is a major issue. When the Pentagon is telling us that there's a potential mass migration coming, we need to listen to that. It says right here, Florida is monitoring the possible surge in Haitian migrants. This came out just today. Just let me give you an idea here of how many people there are in the United States, okay, that are Haitians. Right now, Haiti has about 11.5 million people in their country. Let's say a quarter of that. Let's say 3 million people decide they need to get out. 3 million people are just 700 miles off the coast of Florida. Florida is the reason why they are being warned, because of their distance, 700 miles. To give you an idea of how many Haitians kind of live in the United States, here are the cities that they are warning could be hit the hardest. New York City, Boston, Massachusetts, Miami, Florida. Those are the 3 cities that they say are going to be hit the hardest. The reason why? there are the most Haitians in New York City with over 100,000 people. Boston has the second largest, which is about a little over 20,000. And then actually North Miami, they have about 30,000 if you kind of separate North Miami versus Miami, but total have about 30,000 Haitians. Here's the other thing. Brockton, Massachusetts has about 13,000. Golden Glades, Florida, about 13,000. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, about 12,000. And Pine Hills, Florida, a little over 12,000 as well. People are going to really jump into the United States, spread out on the East Coast. This is why many people are concerned. And I just want to warn you with this. Okay? I'm going to give you this little warning really quick. The concern is that cities are going to see a mass migration very soon. This is just from Haiti. We haven't factored in the amount of people coming in from Venezuela, from Colombia, from Mexico, from Bolivia, okay, from Argentina and Brazil and Turkey and China. We haven't factored in those people yet. Those people are going to go to other cities, most likely on the West Coast. So you got people coming in all these cities. But many large cities, again, San Francisco, San Diego, Seattle, Portland, Boise. Okay, it could be Las Vegas, Nevada, Denver, Colorado, New York City, Chicago. Could be Memphis, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Right? We can list off many, many cities. But experts say all 50 states are going to be hit with this crisis at the same time. And the reason why that's a concern is because these cities do not have the funding. We do not have the revenue needed just to keep up with what we are doing now. And on top of that, we're going to add in an additional 2% of our population for illegal immigration. That's the concern. And especially as banks start to collapse, businesses start to move away from these large cities. Some businesses will go bankrupt entirely. That's the concern, is that more people are coming in, but less people could potentially have jobs lined up simply because everything is changing. More businesses are going online, people are working from home, and everything is changing right before our eyes. So that's the warning. That get ready, because your city that you live in right now, the city that you love and cherish, may change forever. And it may never return. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on at this time, because one of the things that we continue to hear from Pentagon officials and from White House officials is that this is not over. This is just the beginning. And according to the White House, they say President Biden has it under control, that he knows what he's doing. He's asking for funding from Congress. However, I can tell you with full certainty, Congress is not going to pass a bill that's going to give President Biden a win, especially right before an election, especially when what he considers a win is what Republicans consider a massive loss, and it will not do anything for the U.S. southern border. So we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is I will be here every step of the way. I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.